Hey, Dad.
You.
Something's wrong with Floyd.
What?
He's making an awful noise.
What kind of a noise?
Okay.
Okay. Bring it in bay 2. We'll take a look at it. I haven't even put my transmission back together, and now this thing's acting up. Floyd is the money pit of all machines that we own. It is non-stop. Let's take a look at it. Lloyd.
He just wants to waste money.
Yeah. What does it sound like it's coming from?
Sounds like prop shaft again.
Again?
For like the third or fourth time?
And I just put new U-joints in it.
Yeah.
Front or rear?
Back here.
Back there. All right, why don't you hop in, I'll have you back up and drive forward again. We'll see if we can find it.
Drive. Off of my excellence.
Okay, back her up. Is it making the noise? No? Bring it back in. Oh!
It's in the front.
Bring it in. No, it's in the back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Going?
Yeah. Ah. Let go of the brake.
What?
It might be your transmission output shaft. Yeah. That's not a good sound. Well, I found it.
What is it?
It's your prop shaft yoke and your transmission output is slipping. Completely ineffective. Bad news, bad news. I don't know if the camera can even see this. Here's your prop shaft. This is your rear yoke. And I should not be able to move it around by hand. So the splines in the rear yoke and or probably a combination of the output splines on your transmission have ground down. So your four-wheel drive no longer functions. That is a take out the transmission kind of a job. Oh, Floyd. Oh, Floyd.
We just fixed them too.
Yeah, I know. The steering issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we gotta pull that apart. You gotta power wash this thing because it's a train wreck.
Kind of thought so.
Yeah. So why don't you go out and power wash it while I tinker with my transmission for a bit more. And then we'll let it dry overnight and put you in line on the lift.
For the second transmission.
Yeah, 2 transmissions at the same time. Someone once asked me if I make up stuff on these machines because we're always fixing them. The answer is no. I do not make up anything. This is how it comes to me. All right. Let's get it cleaning. We'll pick this up when we're ready to work on it. I got Floyd up on the left. And I take this one down off the lift. Still missing transmission. Missing transmission. But I'm waiting on parts on that one, so we're just gonna tear this one apart. I'm not gonna waste too much of your time going into it. Let's just start removing parts, all right? I'm gonna take the wheels off, both rear wheels. I'm gonna take the axle nuts off. We're gonna take the calipers off. We're gonna take the hubs off. We're gonna pop the axles out. Same on the other side. Wheels, axle nut, calipers, hub, assembly, then the whole inner hub. and the axle. Then we're gonna go up front, passenger side. We're gonna remove the wheel. We're gonna remove the axle nut. We're gonna remove the hub, rotor, caliper assemblies there. I skipped over that real fast because you've seen me take this apart 100 times. Pick another video, I'll show you how to do it. But I don't remember if I have to take this upper arm off because we're gonna pull the top shaft out through here. I think it'll clear. So we're gonna roll the dice on that. Yeah, so he is working on taking the cage bolts out. These are hex 8mm with 15mm back nuts on it. I gotta get all of those taken off.
This is very anticlimactic.
You got it. Bolts are out. Kind of show you a little better now. This is moving, and that shaft right there is not. That is not a good time. See that? Maybe when I get this transmission cover off, I can show you a little better. There you go, how's that view? Look at that, I can turn that, and this shaft out of the transmission is not turning. That is not good. It wants to turn, but the splines are gone. Yeah. That's a problem, but of course to take that out, we have to take, it's in here, it's in the transmission. So we have to take the whole transmission out. Oh my goodness. All right, we got these out. You can't even see. We got those bolts out. Those were hex 8s right there. They the nuts get held from the back, so you don't need to hold them while you're taking it out. But they are gonna fall off when we go to take the cage off. So we'll be ready for that. And he's finishing up the last front one there.
It is not the last one.
Well, the last bar. There's 2 holding that in. Now we're gonna lower it down and take out these metal door hinge brackets. 3 of those brackets on each side, Torx 25. Pull that out of there, and the outer skin can come right off. There you go. And once we have that out of the way, we can get this bolt out of here. And I can't remember, there's another bolt down in here. Oh, right here. That guy. We'll take that off. Then that whole door will come right out. I remember you kind of had to bend it and twist it. I'm gonna take this front storage bin off just because the ROPS has to come through here and it'll make for a bigger hole. If I remember this right, it's not gonna just fall off. I think I had to hit it with the rubber mallet. Oh, it's kind of loose.
Looks like it'll just come right off.
Let me see. That side's out.
I think that was when we put it back in here.
This side doesn't want it. Okay, front is out. Which side did you want?
I don't care.
I think side to side would be safe. Oh, we messed up. Seatbelt.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one. 18? 18?
Yeah, I think that's 18.
Alright. We gotta take the seatbelt out. We forgot that one. Rear end is coming off. We just have to split it right through here. So that bolt, that used to be a push pin. He's got that push pin. No, not the lower push pin, the screw above it. Obviously the firewall's gotta come off.
Probably the easiest.
Yeah. Still not easy enough for one hand. Oh, got her with one hand. Oh, lordy. Good thing I don't have much work to do on the front of the engine. Another screw, another screw. Screw, screw. Screw, screw. Panel. Which I don't think that can all stay. And I have to disconnect the light somewhere. And the whole thing comes off as one unit. Two 13mm bolts down here. Forgot about those. There, now it's loose. Gonna pop these taillights out. It's the easiest way to deal with that. Caught on something.
There we go, it's off.
Oh, it's the fender fell out. The air intake. Ow!
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, please don't lift. Ah, there's a push pin. This little guy.
I don't think that's little. That's pretty big for a push pin.
Might need my bigger.
Got it.
Oh, I got her. Okay. All right. There it is. Free.
Yep.
Okay. You know, it doesn't matter how much time you spend power washing it. You take the body panels off, and the thing just looks awful. Let's get the prop shaft out, which means seat out. That's just sitting there. Seat bracket, 12mm bolts. Hold that on. 4 of them, and then a bunch of T40s. Screws holding the floor on, and a bunch of pop rivets. You just kind of fold the thing up and pull it out. But again, I've done that plenty of times before, so I go into more detail in some of the other videos.
It's not easy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a fun time lapse showing us getting it out. On to the next step. And now we have access to this roll pin. Oh gosh, that sounds awful. Oh man. Yes. It's so bad. Normally I hit that with my little air hammer, but I also managed to break the end off my air compressor. So I'm gonna do it with a hammer and a punch. Oh yeah, we did it. We did it. Those plans are, I mean, they exist, but they're definitely worn. Let's see what that transmission shaft looks like. There's our output shaft, and yeah, that's worn down just the same. So they're both definitely bad. Good news is I ordered the right parts, so. Day 2, and let me say, it is a beautiful day. It's 75 degrees and sunny. Gorgeous. Anyway, I got distracted. We're going to disconnect the negative cable from the battery because we're going to be tinkering with the starter. I don't want to get electrocuted again. Next up, we're going to remove this muffler, which involves pulling these 2 springs off, which could be a pain, but we'll use big pliers on there, and 1 bolt there on the center. Get that out of the way. Next up is this engine frame support brace. We're going to remove all the wire supports from the brace and the transmission vent line. Then remove the entire brace itself. Next up is the air box. We're going to take off the clamp there, the one between here going to the throttle body. I think there's a bolt underneath somewhere. I'm going to have to look into that, see where it is. Well, there is a bolt holding it on. It's that, oh my, can you see that one? There it is. Okay, yeah, right there. There you are. And it's a through bolt, of course. So you have to try to hold it on the other side. Oh, and it's even harder to see on this side. My goodness. I can't see it. There's the bottom of it. Too much. Too much. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Yeah, there's the bottom. Oh my. Well, that's gonna be fun to get out of there. Throttle body is next. That's held on by 2 6mm hex. One right there and one up underneath here. The regular socket won't fit, so I have to use a regular hex key. There's also 4 10mm bolts that hold the throttle body onto, that's the intake or whatever. That's usually where I'll take this off if I'm doing engine work or something. I just don't know if there's enough clearance, because I mean, that's a transmission, so more is better the way I see it clearance wise, so I'm going for it. But 6mm, take those 2 off and that whole thing should come off. We shouldn't have to disconnect any wires, just kind of hang it out of the way. We have some wiring. Gonna disconnect the crankshaft position sensor, the shifter position sensor, and the speed sensor. Back around. There you are, right there. Just get all that wiring out of the way. Which is all this big harness there. Looks like it's clipped to the transmission there, and this is our vent tube we disconnected earlier hanging down. I took the clamp off, but it's on that pretty good. I don't know. I'll have to revisit that. Wiring's out of the way. We're gonna disconnect the linkage. I don't know what gear I should have it in. It's in high right now. Pro wanted to be in high before I took that out. So we'll run it with high. It'll probably tell me later after I disconnect it, and it'll be a pain. Clutch time. We're gonna work this belt off of here and take off the secondary. That'll be easy, and then the primary, and I've got a special tool for the primary. I think I have a special tool. It should be here somewhere. I'm at the point where all I have to do is pull this primary, but the clutch puller I thought I had is nowhere to be found. I'm starting to think I never had one. I have 2 here, but obviously those are too big. One's for the Pro and one's for, oh, what did I use that for? Like a 1000, the 900, stuff like that. So that's not gonna work. I don't know. I thought I had one for this one. The good news is, quick search, and they are available on Amazon with free delivery tomorrow. So, I'll take one. I have the part, and even though it said it would be here tomorrow, it has been 2 days, and it's nighttime after dinner. I'm very disappointed in Amazon. Isn't that always how it goes? The part you need is the one that takes forever to get here, and the one you're like, I don't really care, shows up before dinner. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, hopefully this pops right off. Like that. Now we're gonna take the inner housing off. We just have some bolts all over the place and a couple up top holding that all on. That does not want to come out, even though I took the 2 bolts out of the top to loosen the intake side. But I think once I move the transmission around, I'll be able to pull that out. Starter is next. We've got a positive lead and a negative lead, and a bolt. Looks like 10mm underneath. And we're gonna take that right out of the way. Looks like the mount is just below it, so it's probably just to get a little bit of clearance on it. We have 8 bolts to remove. I don't see any from here. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, and 4 more over on this side. Those ones are easy to see. There you go. So 4 and 4. That's gonna be a pain getting down behind that cover. Oh, we'll get her. We'll get her. All 8. Oh, and I jammed a piece of wood under the frame on that, or under the engine against the skid plate to hold the engine up in position, because I feel like we're getting close to pulling that transmission out. I used a little bit of muscle and got the inner clutch off because these bolts are right here and those suckers are tight. So I think I'm gonna have to hit them with a big impact. It moved on that last one. So all that's left is this rear transmission mount, which I will tackle right now.
Okay.
Ready, everyone?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Pipe is already.
Perfect. Perfect.
Got it.
That's heavy. That's really tiny.
So next morning, it's light outside. It's also raining. It's gonna rain all weekend. Beautiful. I have a transmission on the floor. So I think we're gonna work on the transmission today. And I'm gonna clean up the frame of that. But I'm thinking, let's make this a separate video. I don't know how far in. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this part, the bad part, is the deepest in part of the entire transmission, so that'll probably be a full-blown tear it down, work on it. So I'm gonna call it for the day right here. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every viewer and every subscriber, especially members. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate the support. You can join right through YouTube. Just click the button, or you can head over to Patreon, patreon.com/3dayweekend. Link is scrolling past you right there. I mean, you guys are awesome with the support. I really appreciate it. If you have comments, suggestions, ideas, things we should be doing, let me know. I'd love to talk to you about it. If you like this machine or the Pro or whatever, I have playlists for each one, so you can check those out. Whatever you're into, we've got it for you right there. But thanks again so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again on another video right here on 3 Day Weekend.